Today in the shop I'm going to be building an overhead camera jig for my workbench to help easily capture what I'm doing there. It's going to be replacing this thing, which while functional isn't very permanent. I'm going to be using scraps I find around the shop. Let's get started. When I'm done building it, this jig will let me do two things. It'll let me adjust position toward and away from the front of the table, and it will hold my camera securely while filming. Like I said earlier, this will be made of scrap plywood as well as a piece I have which threads into my current camera. Here I'm making measurements to trace lines for cutting. This 1/2-inch plywood is scrap from a previous project. It's important to keep the lines square, and I'm lucky that these pieces have a roughly straight edge. That means no extra cuts to square up. Now that I'm done tracing lines, let's pull out the bandsaw and start cutting. Here you can see me installing a 1/2-inch cutting bit. I'll use this bit to remove material from the center of the piece. This cut was at the upper end of what this bit can do, but it managed. I'm also using the router to cut a lip into the plywood. Washers will slide along this lip when adjusting the camera. Here I'm marking where I want holes for the bolts connecting the two pieces of wood. I'll drill these holes and then drill a hole for and attach the metal accessory which threads into the camera. I have a small adjustment to make to allow clearance for the metal connector. Then I'll move on to installation. To mount this rig, I'll use three 1.5 inch screws. First I'll drill pilot holes, then I'll countersink those holes. Once the base is installed, I'll use 2 bolts to secure the camera's attachment. And there it is. This is a simple piece to start this channel with. In the future, I hope to move on to bigger projects, including shop organization and completing my router table. To finish this project, let's put everything back where it belongs.